Hey everybody. It's a car video today. This was like fresh in my world and I wanted to make a video about this. The freedom to proclaim to somebody, I'm an idiot. So I was just on the phone with a lady from this place that I go. They do like IVs and all kinds of, like wellness stuff. And they have an extremely convoluted, complicated system, in my point of view. Points and credits and la, all these things that just are very structured to me. And I could not understand what this lady was saying to me. She was trying to get me to understand something that I was never gonna understand. And we just weren't making any progress in the conversation. And the only thing that actually worked was when to get me what I required and to get me off the phone with her was to say to her, I'm an idiot. And it was so cool because I said it with absolutely no judgment of myself. I was recognizing there was a complete disconnect in this conversation. She functions from a certain point of view, a certain way of doing things, and probably the assumption that it's simple to understand and why doesn't everybody get it? Which is how a lot of the world works, A lot of the world works in a way of just basically like, this is how it is, why don't you get it? Has anybody ever had that? Has anybody ever had that experience of not getting something that somebody just basically made you wrong for not getting? Well, you know what? You're not wrong. You're different. If you're listening to this and this is interesting to you, you're different. And so am I. Extremely, extremely. And I have, over the years, it's been about the past 14 years that I've been doing Access Consciousness, and these incredible tools that have just given me so much freedom in my life, so much freedom in my relationship with myself, and so much freedom to be different. I've gotten out of judgment of me in so many ways. It's actually it's so cool. And lately, the fruits of all of my choices and all the tools that I've used are really showing up in a really glorious way, and I'm so grateful. Sometimes it just takes, to keep going and keep choosing and keep using tools and keep persisting and knowing that something else is possible, and that's basically what I've been doing. And I feel so free. so free. It is really cool. And basically when I said that to this lady, I just wanted to give her an energy of, first of all, I was saying what she was thinking. She was, I was really aware of that. She was just thinking, why are you so stupid? And why can't you get this? And I just said to her, I'm an idiot. I'm in kindergarten in regards to your system. I'm never going to understand it. So you need to speak to me like a kindergartner. And then I said, I'm extremely ADHD, which is true. And I said, I'm never going to understand this. So here's the information that I require from you. If you can give me this information, I don't need to understand your system. I never will. I just need this information. And then we can be done. And she gave me the information. But I had to be willing to be super wrong in her eyes. I had to be willing to just say it like it was and, basically be like, yeah, I know you're thinking I'm an idiot and you're actually correct. Because in the eyes of the rest of the world, in your eyes, in the eyes of people that do a lot of form and structure, I am an idiot. And in my eyes, I am brilliant. My idiotness is my brilliance. And I love my brilliance, and I get my brilliance, and I acknowledge my brilliance, and I enjoy my brilliance and my idiotness, my happy idiotness. I don't get a lot of things in this world, and I have no interest in getting a lot of things in this world at this point, because the world has never made sense to me, and it never will. And I've given up on trying to get it to make sense, or trying to even get it to work for me, and now using it to my advantage, functioning from how I function, knowing how I function, and knowing what's true for me, and then using my awareness of the world to create something different, and honestly being willing to manipulate, which is basically just to use someone's points of view to create what it is that you desire to create, which is exactly what I did with this lady today. I just said, I didn't say to her, I know your point of view is that I'm an idiot, but let's just tell it like it is here. I'm willing to be wrong. I'm totally willing to be wrong. I'm willing to be stupid. I'm willing to be remedial. And that's fine. I don't want to get off the phone, and I want to have the information that I require. So I wanted to share this with you, because this is just one of those kind of like day to day. There's so many things that happen in my life day to day, and so many different ways that people use the tools of Access Consciousness. And this is really I would say this is this experience today is like the tools of X-Men, which is very much, that's the Access Consciousness X-Men specialty, which is very much an exploration of how your difference is your brilliance. And then also so many other things, like the willingness to be wrong, the willingness to not need to be right. It's so pragmatic. Gary Douglas, who's the founder of Access Consciousness, he always says, you can either be right or you can be free. And more often than not lately, I just am so much more interested in freedom than being right. So I'm like, I'll choose to be free in this moment and not try to understand something that is irrelevant to me. I don't want to waste my energy on that, and so I'd rather just be wrong and free. And then, the awareness of where other people are functioning, and also not making them wrong. This lady isn't wrong. She just operates in a particular way, and that's her world, the way her mind works, her system, and what her job is to help people understand it. And I've never understood it for years. I remember the first time I looked at their website, I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about here. This is so confusing. And it's interesting to look at, because it can be something that actually keeps business away, but that's the story for another time. When your systems are so complicated that you have to educate people dynamically through them, that tends to make the point of entry a lot more difficult for people. But again, side note, but she's not wrong, and she's not even wrong for thinking I'm an idiot. Of course she thinks I'm an idiot, that's how most of the world functions. But when you don't need to make somebody else wrong, then you can actually work with the points of view that they have, and use them to create a different outcome. And that's exactly what I did. So just thought it was a cool story to share. A whole bunch of different tools from Access Consciousness, and there's and really the accumulation or cumulative effect of using these tools and just choosing every single day for 14 years something different, and seeing how it all kind of shows up, in the way that we move through the world in a very, very extraordinarily pragmatic way that gives us just so much freedom. So I hope this was a contribution to you, and go be a happy idiot and have way too much fun being wrong and free.